welcome to a new month, which is a new video. I feel like I never really know what to say at the beginning of these videos, but welcome. I am excited. I am going to be picking from my TBR jar today, and this is my TBR jar pick stack over here, and I have just about, I'm like 10 pages or 20 pages away from finishing my September pick. Now, this was my October pick, and we're about to pick November's pick because today is actually October the 31st. So that's why I have all my Halloween gear on. But I figured why not just pick it today because tomorrow I'm going to be busy. So I want to see what I'm going to get. I'm really excited. This is our second to last pick of this year. I've got my pick here, so let's go ahead and open it up. Oh, walking in circles before lying down. So I've actually already read this one, so that's a surprise. I guess they're gonna pick another one. Lost and Found. I feel like I know which one this is. I feel like I've had this one for a long time. Let me go look and see where it is, and then we'll talk about it. This was exactly the book that I thought it was going to be. This is Lost and Found. I will put up a little blurb from Goodreads over here so you can read about it. A woman whose husband dies, she kind of just goes into the grief process. She's having a very hard time. She moves states. She meets this dog. She meets this kid, and they kind of change her life. I think the kid is like an orphan and is having a really hard time. And then the dog comes in. Something happens where she's working with animal control and she starts taking care of this dog, and they become very close and they transform each other's lives. But this sounds kind of similar to one of my Wrap TBR books that's over here. Let me grab it. This was The Dogs of Babel. I just read this one. Let me see here. They're not by the same person. But this one was so amazingly good. It was about a man that loses his wife and then is widowed and has his dog, and they are like really good friends, and a bunch of crazy stuff happens. But so kind of sounds similar, but like opposite. It's a woman that loses her husband instead of a man that loses his wife. But I'm not mad about it because I did rate this 5 stars. It was an amazing book, and this one sounds like it's going to be really good. I have had this for a long time. I've had this for, I think, 2 years, and when I bought it, I was really excited to read it, and then it just has sat on my shelf, and I've not read it. So I'm actually really excited that I picked this month, and I'm going to go ahead and get started reading it. So let's go do that. Let's talk about this book, guys. I am so excited to do my check-in. As soon as I started reading this, was really happy with it. I love the writing style. I love the characters. I love what is happening in the book. It is so fast-paced and so exciting and such like different, interesting, weird, like quirky things going on, and the characters are great. The storyline is like really like fun to go along with, and you really want to know what's going to happen, and you get really hooked on the main character like from the start. Her name is Rocky, which is a really interesting name. I've never heard a character named Rocky other than like a boy, and I don't think like I've ever actually read a book where there's even a boy named Rocky. I think it's just like I've heard of that in real life. So I thought Rocky was a great pick for a girl's name. And like, let me just let me just paint a picture for you, because this is what you read in like the first 10 pages. So Rocky's married to like the love of her life, Bob, and he's a vet, and they don't get like a ton of time together, but when they do get time together, they're really happy to have time together because they love each other so much, and like they're gonna get old together, and they're really happy together. And so one day she has been waiting for him, and he was getting ready in the bathroom and he was shaving, and so she went to go check on him because she's calling his name, he wasn't answering, and he is dead on the floor. And she starts doing CPR because she thinks he had a heart attack, she thinks she can save him, and she's not able to save him. So she's devastated, like right literally in the first 10 pages this happens. And Bob had originally told her he wanted to be cremated if he ever died, and he jokingly, if he ever had a really bad day, he would go get fast food at this local fast food place, and he said like no one should be eating there because it clogs your arteries and it's horrible for you. And he jokingly said if he ever dies, he wants to be cremated and put in the deep fryer at this fast food place. So Rocky, in the midst of her grief, gets him cremated and goes into the fast food place pretending to be a like restaurant like reviewer, like the food people that make sure everything's safe. I can't think of the name right now. And they let her in and she puts his ashes into the deep fryer. And this is probably the first like 20 pages this all happens. I was like, what did I just read? And this is all so amazing. And I couldn't think of a better way to start a book, honestly. Like, so good. And the emotions we go through in the beginning of the book, like the first 20 pages, is really high up and then really low down, and I love it. So I continued reading from there, and guys, like I have meant to do a check-in forever, and I'm already halfway through the book. And I was like saying to myself last night, I need to stop reading this so that I can do a check-in, because pretty soon I'm going to read the whole book and not have done even one check-in. So sorry, but I'm probably going to finish it tonight because it's so good. It's also really short. I think it's like 300 pages. So I feel like I'm going to finish this tonight for sure. But after all of that happens, then Rocky, she was a psychologist like whenever her husband was alive, and she just feels like she can't help anybody right now because she's so deep in her own grief. So she moves totally away because she also can't be in the house that they shared because just everything is bringing her memories and making her sad, which is totally understandable. So she just picks up, moves like halfway across the country to this little island, and she gets a job as the animal control warden. And she doesn't tell anyone about her old life. She just tells them a fake story because she just can't handle it right now. She can't handle talking about her husband. She doesn't want to have to think about it. She's kind of just like putting her brain on pause and also just trying to figure out like how she's going to continue in life. She has a lot of really dark thoughts because she loved her husband so much, and it's really hard for her to just picture living without him. And she's kind of just going along helping animals. Like she goes and picks them up, brings them to the pound. Some of them she keeps in her house and tries to help them. And one of them, she finds a dog who has been shot by an arrow. He was like on death's door. Like she didn't know he was going to be okay, and he ends up being okay, but he needs someone to foster him while they look for his owners. And so she does that, and this dog is the world's sweetest dog. He's a Labrador. Clearly he's the dog on the cover. And she names him Lloyd. And like he's looking out for her. She's thinks she's looking out for him, taking care of him, which she is, but he's mostly looking out for her. And one of the coolest parts of this whole book is we get multiple POVs, which is point of views. And we get the point of view of the dog, like very short. I think it's like 2 pages whenever we get to hear from him. And it is so good. So we switch between him, our main character, Rocky. We have another character named Tess, who's an older woman. And when there's deep feelings or letters or numbers, she can see colors. She associates colors with things, which is really cool. Then there's a young girl, Melissa, who has problems with eating, problems with food. She doesn't want to eat because she's a track star and she's trying to make sure she can go as fast as possible. And she also just like does not like food. So she eats like an apple a day and drinks water, and that's pretty much it. So she has a lot of problems, but she's a teenager. And so we have her point of view, and I'm trying to think if we forgot anyone. I don't think we forgot anyone. So we get 4 point of views, and we have a lot more characters than just them. And this is also a book that we have a ton of characters, and they are all extremely memorable, and they all have their own like serious backstory that we get. So I feel like it helps me keep them all separated really, really well. And this is such a short book, like so much is happening on each page that it is just amazing. So I am leaning towards a 5-star book right now. And I can't wait to see what I think of the ending. I'm really excited to finish this one. I haven't been this excited about a book like start to end in a little while. So this is just like one of those that you can just pick up and fly through, and it is so different also than like anything I've read in a long time, which is really, really cool. I love when I run into a book like that. So yeah, I think that's actually all I have to say on this one so far. I don't want to go on forever and ever. I feel like I've been going on for a while. So let's go get back into reading this. And I'm just going to give you my final thoughts out here. It's a beautiful day out here, and I just got done reading Lost and Found. I didn't get done. I kind of just filmed the reading clip today, and I finished it like in sweatpants in my bed, chilling. But I lent it to my mom shortly after that, and now I'm finally getting around to making the review video for the rest of this video to be finished. And so I don't have the book. That's pretty much why I'm telling you this. But I do not have the book anymore, so I can't hold it up for you. But I'm pretty sure you've seen it enough in the rest of these clips. And me lending the book to my mom should also tell you that it is a really good book. And I rated it 5 stars. It was so good, guys. Like from the very first page, I was drawn into this book. Oh my goodness. There was so many quirky and different things that were in this book that I normally don't come across while reading a book, that I was just really excited about reading this. I was excited to see where the story was going to go. I was not disappointed on where the story did end up going. This woman, who's our main character, has been through a lot, and she just continues to kind of go through it as she's stumbling along, trying to find herself after her husband's death. There are some weak moments she has where she just misses him so much that she doesn't want to forge a life for herself. She just doesn't want to do it anymore. She just wants to give up. But this amazing dog that comes into her life really shows her that there's a lot more life living, and I absolutely love that. And I wish I could just reveal everything that happened because it was so amazingly good. But let me just give you a small breakdown. The characters were so vibrant and bright and wonderful, and each and every one of them was like amazing. We had multiple POVs, which is point of views, and we switched between character point of views, which I think kept it very fresh and interesting. We definitely got more of the point of view of the main character than the rest of them had like short little blips, which I did not mind at all. I actually kind of really enjoyed that. I think it was the perfect amount of little blip for each other character in there, and it kind of gave us an inside look into their head to see really what was going on from their perspective and not just from our main character's perspective, which I loved. I absolutely love multiple POV books. I think it helps you understand where the author is going with the story way better and just understand the background of each character much better as well. The storyline was fan-freaking-tastic, and it just shocked me in so many different places in so many different ways. And then also I found out that this is a duology. Picture this. This is the next book. I already purchased it. I think I got it for like $2 or $3 used. So I was very excited about that. And I cannot wait to start this because it's not that we're left on a cliffhanger, but we're just left in a place that the author could have easily expanded and done more with it. And I'm so glad that she did. I'm so happy about that. And maybe I'll get on and make another video for that one. But all that I have to say about this one is it's amazing. Go read it. If you're an animal lover, absolutely read it right away. It almost gives you thriller / mystery vibes because they're really trying to figure out this dog that she finds has this crazy backstory with all these things that happen. So that's all I have to say about this one. I loved it, and needless to say, please go read it. Absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that I picked this book for this challenge, and that's really all I have to say. If you would like to see more content from me, I post all the time on my Instagram, and I would love to see you over there. Also, leave me a comment, like this video, subscribe, all that fun stuff that you know how to do. And I post a weekly video here every single Friday, so make sure you look out for that. And that's really it. I'm glad we got to hang out, and I'll see you on a new video very, very soon. Bye.